Hey everybody, it's Alexia from amysticspath, back with another weekly pick a card reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now, this week's pick a card reading focuses on what message do you need from your spirit guides in this moment. So go ahead, take a minute, pause the video, and center yourself. See what groups or groupings that you are pulled to, and I will see you back with your message. So for my group number ones, we get the Ace of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Lover's card, and Les Mortis. Now, what I'm really seeing and feeling within this, my group number ones, is that something has happened that came completely out of left field. Some sort of truth was discovered or uncovered, or some type of situation went completely unexpected, didn't plan for it, and it has you kind of like shocked and surprised and not really fully like even aware of what's going on in your surroundings. It's kind of like it was a pretty big blow. You were not expecting this in any way or form. It's just like kind of like what the fuck is going on here? How did this even happen? And it's kind of like everything was fine, and then all of a sudden it was just like this big blow. And the message from Spirit that we get within this is, when I look at the Lover's card, I really see these two people connecting, but not in a way that is like romantic or sexual or anything like that. It's two people coming together, and it's almost like this, not safety blanket, but this person that kind of helps pick you up out of the ruins of everything that's like fell out of this, like, you know, feeling like you're alone and isolated, and kind of helps you look, if you can see their faces and kind of see what's going, like helping them look towards, you know, towards the future and look towards the light, and kind of be this kind of center of peace, this person that's kind of, you know, on their side, that kind of helps them kind of navigate and kind of put things back together, because it's just too much at this time to kind of do by yourself. Even if you are kind of a person that likes to do everything by yourself, you're a little bit lost, confused, and kind of just shocked right now. So it's kind of, it'll be very beneficial and helpful for you to kind of confide in somebody and ask for a little bit of help kind of putting the pieces together. When I look at the Les Mortis card, I don't see release that needs to happen here. I see somebody who's stuck, who's, you know, stuck in this, like in this green mess down here, that just needs, you know, just needs a hand up, that just needs, you know, just needs help getting back onto their feet. And that's what I'm really seeing within this, is that it's not a bad thing. It's completely 100% okay and needed to ask for some help from time to time, especially when things come and shock you and shake you to your core and leave you confused and dazed and like, how did this happen? How does this even make sense? Everything was just fine. So I'm really seeing this as, you know, being able to confide in somebody, letting somebody get close enough to help you, and things like coming together in that sort, somebody that can be that kind of peace for your mental state while it's, you know, kind of going crazy and kind of going wild, that kind of brings you back down to earth and centers you. So don't be afraid to ask for help, and to ask for help putting things back together, or just asking for help, like clearing your mental state and kind of bringing your mind and your heart back into union. Okay, it's like really just coming through strongly that it's not a bad thing to ask for help. It's not that you're weak or that you can't do it on your own. It's just sometimes it's very, very beneficial to us and to our soul to have that support, to know that you're not alone, and to kind of take the relief off, to not have to feel so scared when we're sitting in some of these situations that can be very, very heavy. Okay, and that is what I'm seeing for my group number ones. For my group number twos, we get the Nine of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Market. And this is somebody that is very, very, very determined upon their path. Like, legit will do whatever it takes, no matter how hard the situation is, to get to where they're trying to go. There is sheer motivation, determination, and willpower within this. And this is to get to where it is that you feel comfortable, where you feel safe, where you feel emotionally fulfilled in a way that is comfortable for you. And this is really speaking of peace. And what is that all encompassing for you? What is that peaceful place that is encompassed in happiness and comfortability? And I kind of see you chasing that. If I know you guys really can't see it, but when we're looking at this girl behind the window there is like this little like alien type figure that's kind of watching her. And what I see this as, this is like almost like being the alien type figure that's in the back, that has this envisionment of this happiness and of this contentment and of this like this fulfilling, this fulfillingness, and being at this space where you can be proud of where you're at, seeing what that looks like, and kind of walking towards this path, kind of chasing that. And when we look at the Page of Pentacles, there's like literally nothing that can stop her. Like when I see her, it's like kind of the image that's coming through is like children that are sent out to like attack you first because you don't see them coming. She's very she keeps very low to the ground and very stealth, very under the radar, because she has her mind set and she's determined to get to where she's trying to go. No matter the cost, no matter what that takes. We see within the Seven of Wands that you are very, very determined to knock off all the obstacles in your path. Anything that comes at you will be thwarted, will be defeated, will be knocked out of the way. And you can tell within the way that she's holding this, she has complete balance no matter what way she has to swing this wand or this stick to knock out these other wands that are kind of coming at her. She's holding it within balance, so she has good leverage. And when I look at her face, it is of sheer determination. There is no fear, there is no worry here. She is just beating the crap out of these obstacles. Okay, and when I look at the market, of course, the market is everything is connected. Everybody is coming together for a purpose, and everything works together. You can't have one without the other. And with this is really saying that a lot of these obstacles that you are running up against and that you're having to defeat is just getting you closer and closer to this place. And it's closer and closer to this place that you are running after, that you are chasing after so diligently that no matter what it takes. And it's kind of this energy that you already know that you're going to get there eventually. There's just these lessons and these obstacles that may come up, that may present you in your path, that are irritating and frustrating for you. But you have this unique motivation and energy about you that within this one thing in your life, you will do anything to obtain this happiness, this peace that you're chasing, this vision that you have for yourself. And knowing that at the end of the day, these obstacles that you defeated, you know that at the end of the day, you worked your ass off to get there, and nobody's going to be able to take that from you because you have put so much fight and so much will to get there. How much fight and will you have to keep it once you have obtained it? If that is making sense. Everything is connected, and sometimes we have to fight for what it is that we want because we truly want it. It comes through, not everything is going to come easy, but how much is it worth to you? If you are already this dedicated, if you've already been this person that's flying under the radar and just focusing on what it is that you're fighting for, and your happiness and your peace and your vision, then you kind of just have to move with the changes and the fluctuation that is the market, that is, i.e., the Wheel of Fortune, which is what this card will represent in traditional tarot. And the number 10, when we're looking at that, we're looking at things changing. So everything that's happening for a reason, but things change as we move on. Every obstacle that we defeat, every obstacle that we overcome, everything that we knock down and obliterate, every blockage that we knock down on our path to get to this place, just gets us closer and closer, because with every time we are victorious of an obstacle, it brings in this new energy, this new warrior energy that is ingrained within us and builds us in strength while we are on our path to where we need to go. So once we obtain this thing, we will still be able to overcome the challenges that are presented to us, but they will not be able to knock us off our path, because we already know we're our warrior. We already know that we stand in strength. We already know that we have fought for this with our all and our whole, and nothing and no one will be able to take that from you, because of all of the fight that you had to put into it and knowing and claiming it as yours. Nobody will be able to take that from you. And that's what I'm really seeing within this for my group number 2s, is that there may be a lot of obstacles that you're running up against, but Spirit and the universe does see you as very determined, and you weren't given this mission by chance or by accident or anything like that. You were, kind of like you were handpicked for this, and that you have the power and the ability to get to where you're trying to go. You just have to put the effort in, and then you will be able to be this person that is setting up at this market, and that is a part of this big grand picture, and everything being connected, and all your hardships being connected to your victory. And that is what I'm really seeing for my group number 2s. For my group number 3s, we get the 5 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, and a Zaka, which is the 10 of Rada. And what I'm really, really seeing within this, guys, especially when I look at the 5 of Cups, I'm seeing somebody who is really, really done with a situation. Somebody who is like literally just kicked over these cups, because yes, they were yours, but it's kind of this energy of just not needing them anymore, not being interested in them anymore, and not being interested in the energies that they hold and what it is that they bring to you for that. It's kind of like you're moving out of this space, and almost that there's pain connected to these things, or in some cases it can be people that you're just kind of saying enough is enough, and I'm kind of I'm done with this, I'm better than this, and I'm not, these aren't serving me any purpose, and literally letting the liquid of the emotion of this spill out and saying that I'm done. I really see her not having any remorse for what the decisions that she's making, either. If you guys can see her face, I don't know how well you can, but I don't really see any remorse within this. Is that she's kind of like, oh yeah, well, I did it. It's done. Too late. Nothing you can say has changed the decision that I've made. I kind of see you embarking on a new path or a new start at life, almost like maybe you are leaving your hometown or some of the people that you have always known, or some of a very comfortable, an environment that may have not been comfortable, but something that you have always known. When we are looking at the 7 of Swords, and again, this may be even an impulsive decision, but I also get that it's also been a long time coming. When we are looking at the 7 of Swords, we see him irritated, frustrated, and kind of like this fuck this, I'm out energy. And it's definite, it has so much to do with how you feel in your heart. And the pain that you feel in your heart, and how your mind is just kind of jumping on the train, the same train, and it's just time to collect what it is that you need and move on and move down your own path, because where you're at isn't serving you properly or positively for that matter. And when we look at Azaka, we can see he has literally, he's still packed and he's walking down this path. There may be not a lot in front of him that he can see that he can really grab onto. Things might look bare when thinking about, you know, moving in a new direction, or if you have already started to move in a new direction, things might look bare and a little bit scary. But there's also this satisfaction of knowing that you are exiting out of a cycle that was kind of toxic for you or didn't serve you positively, and moving towards the beat of your own drum. I see him as kind of looking for a place to set up his own life. I see this as kind of, you know, relocating in a sense to kind of where it's a fresh start. You can grow things your own and put your own into everything, and how people perceive you as all your own, and in a way that needs to be. And I see this fresh start and this kind of leaving of this situation as a good thing, where you're kind of striking out on your own, and there's been so much that has led you up until this point to make this decision. And I kind of see this as moving to a more happy and peaceful place. And wherever it is that you choose to set up shop, and I say set up shop, like, you know, like where you feel at home to put your roots down and kind of create what it is, because you're going at this kind of with, you know, not much to go on, just the necessities that you literally need to survive. And wherever it is will be, you know, you will know that that is the place for you, even though you may be wandering right now and kind of just, you know, don't know what you're looking for intuitively. When it is time for you to, you know, settle your feet and settle into the situation that you're looking to gain, you will know that it's ready. And even if you're not looking to gain a situation, because some of you are just looking to exit and are like, anywhere else is better than here, and just remain open to what feels good to you and how it feels good to you, because I really do see this as taking what it is that you need, your necessities, and starting a fresh start. This might not be a relocation, but for some of you it may be a relocation. Sometimes this might just be exiting out of relationships or situations and just like moving in general. This can even be mentally moving from one situation or one place to another. There's so many different things, but nonetheless, this is a relocation mentally and of the heart. Whether you are physically moving or not, you are starting a fresh slate, you know, in your brain and how you do things and how you move to start and create something new for yourself. But I do see very, very strongly that some of you are contemplating on exiting situations with people that haven't served you positively and kind of have taken more than they have given. And anything that they give is kind of this toxicness that seems like it's like wrapped in love, but there's always an ulterior motive. And just being ready to be done with that and finally seeing things for what it is that they truly are. But nevertheless, I kind of see like this fresh start, this seed to this fresh start, and kind of moving from one place to another, whether that is physically or mentally and emotionally, and finding somewhere, finding where it is that you feel in your heart that is, the place for you to be, whether that is mentally, again, emotionally, or physically. And that is what I'm seeing for my group number 3s. For my group number 4s, we get the Hanged Man, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, and Ogun. Okay? Now, what I'm really seeing and feeling with this, guys, is especially within the Hanged Man, we are seeing ourselves in a place of stillness, of perpetuated stillness, and kind of waiting for these messages to come through, like what is this next step, or also like this frustration, because there's a lot of emotion that is wrapped in here. We're looking at the waves behind him, and it's just this place of waiting and being in stillness and kind of being suspended, so you don't feel like you're literally moving anywhere, which can be quite annoying. Okay, and when we're looking at the Knight of Cups, we can kind of see him just pondering over his cup and what he wants it to be filled with, and almost like what it's lacking and what you want to be there, but you haven't completely obtained it. And that's why we're in this still place of the Hanged Man, waiting for a new idea to come through, waiting for a new spark to come through, waiting for a new opportunity, because we know what we want this cup to be filled with, but we haven't found it yet. And even if we have found it yet, we haven't been able to like physically obtain it, to physically put it in this cup, physically grasp. When we look at the Page of Cups, we see the Page of Cups finding something in her cup. The message has finally came through. Okay, the message has finally came through. What she's been looking for has finally came through. She's finally found what it is that she's trying to obtain. And within this, we see the Knight of Cups really waiting and being, in this perpetuated stillness. And what I'm seeing within this is yes, patience is key. And nothing, of course, that is worth having will just be given to you, and you're not just going to find it on the floor like somebody threw it away in the garbage. And something that is treasured and that will be found unexpectedly, because it is something of your heart. It's like finding, fossils at the beach that you didn't expect to find, something or that of a species that is rare. That this gift that you're asking for, what it is that you're trying to obtain, what it is that you're trying to chase, is rare and formulated for you, but it's kind of stumbling across it that is the issue. And I see a lot of frustration, especially within the King of Cups, like sadness, like, is this ever going to come through? Am I ever going to obtain what it is that I'm chasing? Or am I just like on a wild goose chase and like chasing and chasing, but always missing my mark? And within the Page of Cups, it's remaining hopeful that you do obtain what it is that you're looking for, but it's more than that, because when we look at Ogun, we are rising and we are saying, this is what it is that I'm asking for. I'm not taking anything less than that. If you want to give me more, that's fine. And I will happily take more if you are open to, how big your plate is and how much room you have on it. But we are standing up and saying, this thing, I'm not just asking for it, I'm demanding it. I've been waiting, I've been patient. And this is what I want. And it's standing up and saying, this is what I want. But also, we have to always look at the numerology of things. And because the numerology is just like an image of symbolism, it holds so much more depth. And we are looking at standing up. And we are looking at standing up and saying that this is what I want, and claiming that and kind of pushing and having that pushback, that forceful pushback, right? And standing up and saying that this is what I want. We have to incorporate that 5 is the number of change, because this is the 5 of Santeria. And saying that this means that we have to start doing things differently. Maybe you have to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe you have to use a different thought pattern. Maybe you have been submissive and now it is time for you to fucking dominate and be what it is that you are supposed to be. Maybe this is not just simply walking down the beach and finding this gift. It's saying, I'm fucking taking it. I'm taking it because I've waited and it hasn't been given to me. And now I'm going to take it. Now, I'm not literally talking about like robbing people here, but I'm talking about coming into this mindset that's saying that this is mine. Fuck that. Fuck waiting around. And excuse my language, but sometimes, you know, my readings, I cuss a lot. I like to cuss a lot. I feel like it helps me get my point across. I'm a very passionate person. So if you hear me swear, it's no offense. I apologize, but I will always be authentic to who I am. But anyways, it's coming to this place where you're saying, F this. I've waited too long. I'm done waiting. I'm done being in this still place. I'm done being depressed and waiting for something that I feel like I'm never going to obtain. Yeah, sure, I could keep walking down this road, but maybe it's time for me to say, F this. Give me something, because I'm losing hope, because I'm losing faith. Give me something, because I need what it is that I've been asking for. I've been patient. I've seen people get things that are less deserving because they are not the best person with morals. And I'm sick and tired of waiting. I'm not just going to keep being this pawn that's being pushed around. And standing up and saying, this is what I'm asking for. This is what I'm declaring into my life. And I don't want any bullshit. Okay? Because sometimes we want so many different things in life. Sometimes we want so many different things in life, and we're asking for all of these things, and our minds are changing, and the universe is looking at us like, okay, you know, even if it's something that you've been asking for, but you have been like, you know, maybe you've changed your mind about other things in the past, you've called things in and kind of lost interest, and didn't really keep that up. So they don't 100% know what it is to give to you or how to give to you. But it's time to stop being so submissive and laying down and just taking all of these punches. It's time to declare what it is that you want, and it's time to aggressively go after it and put yourself in situations where you can obtain it. Put yourself in situations where you're forcing your way and you're forcing your will and you're making your fucking presence being known. Oh, yes. Make your presence be known. And I can feel like the chills going through my body so strongly within this. But make your presence be known. You're not going to lay down and take whatever is given to you, because that's not good enough. Make your presence be known. What it is that you want. What it is that you want to call in. What it is that you've been asking for. What it is that you've been screaming for. Make that shit be known. Don't just be like, oh, okay, it didn't come in again. Okay, it didn't come in again. No, F that. Let the spirits know you are not happy. Let them know what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. Be fucking clear and aggressively go after what it is that you want. Instead of waiting for it to just pop up and obtain it, like you're just walking down the street and then, oh, there's that thing I've been trying to manifest and look for. Aggressively go after it. Fucking look for it yourself. Look for it yourself. And that is what I'm seeing for my group number 4s. Now, I hope that these messages has helped you greatly and you have found clarity within them. If you feel that you need a reading specifically for yourself, please do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to work with you, and readings are now open again because I am back from vacation. So do not hesitate to contact me. Everybody have a great day.